Welcome back to Just Fantastic Craft channel. Today we're back playing this game. This game called Divinity Original Sin, but since my controller for some reason kind of broke, I decided to play it this way. It's not like I have a choice though. So yeah, here we are playing this with mouse and keyboard, and for now I just have to
Quick shot!
do... Okay, yeah, fire healed him.
How many eyes does a bull have?
And now we're gonna get shot at. And somehow I'm going to have to defeat the Skeleton Scorcher. Because I just made a mistake. Because, you know, making mistakes is what I do. What I do?
Touch
What
of
I
frost.
do. Now he's frozen, so he ain't that much of a problem, but still. What is this? What is this bitter code? I just wanna remove as much of the enemies as possible. And honestly, move.
I can see the white light.
Flee if you wish. No. So that is why you're currently seeing a
Back on my feet
tutorial,
again.
because, well, I got no other choice other than to stumble around. I just messed up. So I saved it, but I just moved because I started the video of Divinity Original Sin. Actually, can I move this guy to... Target is blocked. What do you mean target is blocked? There should be...
Light as a feather.
Yeah, that's fine. And you're just going to shoot at the swordsman.
How could that happen?
Oh, he missed. Well, too bad. We're probably gonna have to run away. Once again. This guy's still frozen, and this guy is going to heal himself because he stepped into a fire.
Eternal silence awaits you.
And we're kind of losing because, yes. Okay, this is not going to be a fight that I can currently win. So there is the other problem of because I didn't save properly and the movement is still weird to me. Yeah, then there is this thing. Then I have to move like this. Oh, okay. I am trying to figure out the controls while everything else is happening. Just run. We're not ready for that fight yet. Well, I don't know if we're ever gonna be ready for that fight, but I'd at least need some frontliners. Because currently I don't have any frontline fighters, and that is going to be very helpful if I... Abandoned house, crime scene. I don't know, let's continue healing because that's what I did off camera.
First aid!
And I am still not... Let's open the log. Actually, there is a difference in UI whenever you're playing with the controller and without. That's something I didn't know. So yeah, that's actually something pretty cool. The 3 out of work, sailors, journey into the dark, mysterious murder, and talking statues. Let's visit the murder scene, if I can find how to get there.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I borrowed one of these fish, would you?
Borrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
come now. I'll be good for it, I swear.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. Still, that doesn't waive a man's need to eat, you know.
Are you in the
Time's
habit
a-wasting.
of stealing?
I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times. But what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, I'll choose steal.
This is going to be interesting.
So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
Watch the
That
undead
merchant has
quiver
to
in
eat
their
too, you know.
mouldy
Leave the
boots.
fish alone, everyone needs a hand now and then take the fish and none but us will be the wiser. Let's let him have the fish.
Everyone needs a hand now and then. Take the fish, and none but us will be the wiser.
Would be a far crueler place.
True enough. Without a bit of charity now and then, the world would be a far crueler place.
That's the spirit! Or should I say, the soul?
Let's
Sir, did you just steal that fish?
No, I paid for it. The merchant.
Yeah.
oops, that I didn't mean to do. He paid for that fish fair and square. Suppose the plant haven't caught fire yet. The damned liar. No,
This man is telling the truth. He paid for that fish fair and square.
I saw him pay the merchant.
Quite so. I saw him pay the merchant.
I can't thank you enough for your discretion. I'll be going.
Well, sorry to have bothered you then, sir. Carry on.
I already had problems with the guard, so I don't really
That
care.
thief is free for now. But I wonder how long it'll be until he's I can understand your
Come on,
sympathy for
let me
that
stop
man.
clicking.
But feeding him for one day will hardly remedy his circumstances. You would have done better to help him more substantially than by covering up a single petty theft.
Can I talk to that
Tomatoes.
person wherever he's gone?
Watch the undead quiver
So WAS and D moves my camera. Whenever I move, it resets. Middle mouse button rotates.
I
my
spotted
screen.
something.
Oh, but that's a grave. Tombstone. I am doubtful that I want to be digging that. And that's a Stephen Grown. Okay, there is quite a bit of difference in the UI. I'm still trying to learn it. Or to Evelyn's house. Person? Yes, it's locked, obviously. Okay, I still... Can I rotate my camera some... No. Control means that I can attack. Okay. Let's go to the murder scene or whatever. In the beginning,
Pay the big cheese on
remember
your
this.
block with a wheel of the good stuff.
I quite...
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sicil is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
About that opportunity you mentioned.
Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Yes. Of course I do.
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right, adventure is what we live for.
Quite right. Adventure is what we live for.
See here, you and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path, the rush of finding yourself in a goblin ambush, knowing you'll prevail nonetheless. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
I can't say that I haven't. It does not interest me much, actually. I can't
Heavenly
say that I
herring!
haven't.
Delicious dogfish!
Well, I can't say that I haven't.
Yes, some extra gold is always welcome.
Yes, some extra gold is always welcome.
Indeed. Indeed, gold is always welcome. And among the fabulous five, gold flows as freely as water does to the sea. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that, and at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
You think you can speak that way to a
There is no shame in following directives if your masters are worthy of your trust.
There's no shame in following directives if your masters are worthy of your trust.
True enough.
True enough. We serve a just cause, so why wouldn't we follow our orders?
Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely skilled individual would settle for a puppet's role. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream, enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it.
About Fabulous Five. And who are you?
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them.
Tell me more about the Fabulous Five.
Ah, the Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our soul. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if
So
you
what
still
is it
have
that
questions,
members
I
of the
shall...
Fabulous
What
Five
a gem of a question.
do
Straight as an
whatever
arrow.
I just
Sharp as a switchblade.
actually
Most
do, yeah.
meritorious of you. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your... Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five, and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the... By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support one another, cheer one another, work hard, fulfill contracts, enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yourself. You will better Riverlon. You will make the stars shine all the brighter, and you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like?
I'd like to enlist.
Of course, of course, of course. All you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that, snap! You're part of the family. All I need is your lovely little...
Join a guild, better the world, earn a lot of gold. Yes, count me in.
Let us see if you
I'm
can
going to
choose.
This
pass.
Fabulous Five business sounds too good to be true.
Agreed.
Oh, how
On your block with a
Cautious.
wheel of the good
Let's
stuff.
go inside finally, and that is why
Careful now.
I'm actually thinking about
A source hunter!
this series.
I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot.
I'm just gonna speak now. I'm actually gonna see how this game, these two videos that I'm about to make, go, and if they don't get out of watch time,
So
I
you're
change
just
the
hanging around
RPG
the
that I'm
inn, are
playing.
you?
I have
Waiting
an
for
idea
what, exactly?
what to play.
Oh,
but
thank you,
something
Divinity.
different. And
You
yeah,
eager imbeciles.
that's it. I'll see
think
how
you
this
can
does
speak
because
that
one
way
of the
to
videos
us?
did very well.
Well,
but
suffice
the
to
others
say it,
not
I've
so
got
much.
my eye on
And
you.
this game will take quite a lot of talking, and the next, I don't know how many episodes, is gonna be just me doing this, talking, and yeah, that is why I don't know how this is going to be going. So your waitress, hear about, were you here the night of Jake's murder? So you're a waitress around here.
Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to wizards, passed through these doors for a pint and a place to rest.
Here in the night of Jake's murder.
I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream has been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in. I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open. But I was paralysed with fright.
Understandable. Unsinkable.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him.
I don't recognize you from the academy. I hadn't heard of another source hunter being assigned to science you. What are you doing here? Could you say you were?
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
I hadn't heard of another source hunter being assigned to size you. What are you doing here?
Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send 'em packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicile. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
Orcs attacked your village? How did you manage to escape?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicil hinterlands.
What's your next plan of attack?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the councillor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
What evidence of source in Sicil have you found thus far?
More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here, but there's enough dark magic running roughshod to topple a small mountain. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thalron for another. And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow.
Tell me about Mayor Cecil.
Now don't get me wrong, I think the mayor's a decent sort, even if he can't hear farther than the tip of his own nose. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, the old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the law. I suspect an illegal sauce artifact or substance is at the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned to Sicil, I don't have the authority to interrogate him.
Tell me about Theoron?
Fella seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing in something darker than splints and tonics. A loose-lipped fishmonger let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions, well past midnight each time. What business could he have among the undead? Hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say.
Tell me about the feline menace.
You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural.
Oh, so that's
Your head's
okay.
grown more
So what's your
swollen than
proposition?
saffrons, I
You
dare
help us
say.
here in Sicil, and we help you take back your home village in and thereafter.
Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now, and the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
A fantastic plan. With 3 source hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to the evils bent against this land. Against this fair land.
A fantastic plan. With 3 source hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all the evils bent against this fair land.
Another source hunter.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome aboard, Medora.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius shaking in his wee boots.
Yes. So let's check.
Tell me,
We finally have a
Alistair,
frontliner.
Have you ever had
So
the fortune of
congratulations,
challenging
us.
the fabled wizard of
And I
Hunter's
haven't been
End?
healing because
On the mend!
a lot of talking. Let's
They say
go
he's
check
privy
out
to
her
ancient and
abilities.
arcane secrets, the
She
likes of
has
which I doubt you could even
two-handed
fathom,
weapons.
old friend.
With bodybuilding, with man-at-arms, well, obviously, craftsman 0 and nasty deeds 0. And abilities, water rush, increase your turn action points and maximum action points by 2 whenever your vitality is below 30. Okay, that's amazing. To promote attacks of opportunity and comeback kit whenever alone the blood should kill. Comeback
Come
kit will
now,
leave you with 1
Alistair.
health as long as you
Surely
had,
you've met your match once or
had
twice.
more than 1 left.
The
Okay,
closest I've come to my match
that's
is
an
when I
amazing
linger
set of
over long
skills
while lighting my pipe.
that we're going to
careful
definitely
now.
be using.
Your
And
head's
for
growing
now,
more
I have to
swollen
say
than saffrons,
thank you
I
for
dare
joining
say.
me. Sorry for the long and drawn out conversations, but this is going to be the beginning of the game, especially in cities. And for now, thank you for joining me, and have a